Second at Kalgoorlie, Elevated Work Services Maiden. Northern Sunrise has just gone out of the mounting yard with Cassie Martin and legged aboard on his way to the barriers for start number 15 today. Comes into it 5 weeks between runs, and trainer Ross Craig puts a set of visors on here. Hasn't shown a lot of gate speed recently, so potentially with those visors might settle a pair or two closer, but still one of the outsiders at $23. Number 2, 50 Words is a scratching, so we move to number 3, Charging Bull. A 3-year-old by Bull Point, opening run for him, first run in his career, and he is a gelding. If you're looking at a race book, it says a colt, but I can confirm this horse is a gelding. Matty Derrick riding for Helen Harding, beaten 2.5 by Tak Shaka in a recent 3-horse trial. Tak Shaka goes around in the next race and will be popular, and obviously the stablemate to Tak Shaka, the grey from race number 1, and a lot of fighting comes through that trial as well. So it's handy enough trial form for a horse that goes around at $14 on debut. Number 4, Sockeye, a 4-year-old mare by My Admiration at her 14th race start today. She's got plenty of speed, and imagine that Christy Bennett uses the barrier, but was beaten 11 lengths only 21 days ago. $17 for number 4, Sockeye. Number 5, Kamaka, second of the horses trained by Paul Tapper, a filly by Deepfield at her first start for the new stable. Lisa Staples being legged aboard now. She's wearing the black cap here to differentiate herself from Christy Bennett. And with the 52-day spacing between outings, expect that this filly is going to be on the fresh side and probably races a little bit more prominent than what most expect. She's a $21 chance, number 5, Kamaka. Number 6, Grey Revolution, always goes out early, but by her standards, looked like she was in a fairly good mood today. She was a handful last week, but today she's made her way around to the barriers safely. They're now just trying to get a hold of her, the barrier attendants, and then no doubt, like last week, Chanel Cooper will dismount and they'll load her in riderless. Got some ability, this filly. She's been very good in both of her runs at Kalgoorlie, and it'd be no surprise to see her win today. She's $3.60 on the second line of betting, now $3.30, so plenty of money around for Grey Revolution. $4.40 into $3.30 is the overall fluck. Number 7, Soir Noir, is to be today ridden by Victoria Corver. First start this preparation, a new trainer now, Crystal Burns, who is the owner trainer of this 3-year-old filly by Oratorio. Had a run down at Albany when not beating a horse home, and then went to Pinjarra and was beaten 6.5 down the straight. Bit of an unknown, this filly, a $14 chance, bit of a watch. Number 8, Alounda Star, was a scratching last week, so comes to the races now 3 weeks between outings. Simply hasn't fired since arriving on the Goldfields, but in due respect to Trevor Tasker, hadn't really shown a whole lot in the previous preparations either, so we need to see something soon out of Alounda Star. Keshel Durun rides her, number 8. Number 9, Harry the Prince, the first of a pair of 2-year-olds who take on the older horses. Dan and Ben Pearce travel this son of Harry Angel up to the Goldfields. They put Luke Campbell on and a set of blinkers as well. Has only beaten one singular horse home in 2 runs this time in, but they've both been in races that are much deeper than what he meets here. Is friendless in betting, however. $6.50 out to 10 for number 9. The final horse here is our favourite, and odds on at that, a filly called Sunshine Tafe, now trained by Peter Fernie. Lucy Fiore will ride this filly at 54 kilos, so half a kilo over her allotted weight. Last seen on a Saturday 2-year-old race when beaten 9 lengths by the very impressive September Born. Worth remembering that that winner, September Born, is the full brother to Group 1 winner KC, so we're expecting that form to hold up here, and for that reason, she goes around $1.80. She's my on-top selection in race number 2, number 10, Sunshine Tafe, to be a little bit too good. For number 9, Harry the Prince, I'm going to go with these 2-year-olds to be a little bit too good for the older horses. 6 in Grey Revolution, very well supported here in betting, and no doubt will be competitive as long as that she plays ball. And number 3 in Charging Bull, a watch at his debut. 10, 9, 6 and 3, but expecting Sunshine Tafe to get the job done here at the shorts in the second race at Kalgoorlie.
Okay, just over a minute off start time here for the running of race number 2. It is the Elevated Work Services Maiden, and we've got a field of 9 to run, but Sunshine Tafe at 185, holding the weight of money. This newcomer to Kalgoorlie. First look at the track. On the second line is Grey Revolution, who's had plenty of support, into $3.20. It was $4.60 a short while ago. So these runners are starting to come forward. They are the only 2 runners in single figure odds, so just shows you punters seeing a race in 2. The Elevated Work Services Maiden, these runners starting to come forward. Kamaka will carry the black cap of the 2 Tapper runners. So Kamaka and Sockeye, Paul Tapper's runners here. Here comes Grey Revolution, good run last start. Also good luck to Crystal Burns, who saddles up her first runner today, Sawanawa, the 7 here. So coming forward now is the favourite Sunshine Tafe. It's locked away, Allowed a Star to come forward from the Trevor Tasker stable. So right on start time as Allowed a Star goes forward. We're just awaiting Northern Sunrise. And we'll be set over at the 1100 metres for race number 2. Sunshine Tafe, your favourite. Stand by, we're set, ready for the short course. Set to go. Sunshine Tafe, your favourite. Attendance just topping up with 1. Signal is given. And the gates fly back. They're off racing. Starter caught them in a perfect line. Sockeye the first to break it. Now also working forward, Sunshine Tafe, and around the outside, Harry the Prince with early speed. Just in behind these, Allowed a Star being followed next of all by Kamika, and a further length and a half to Grey Revolution, who crossed from the wide draw. Then we had Northern Sunrise in the second half with Charging Bull, and Sawanawa is last of all. So 600 metres to run on the Charles Street side of the course, and it's Sockeye who shows the way 3/4 of a length, Harry the Prince. They were followed by Kamaka, and then we had the favourite Sunshine Tafe, a further length to Allowed a Star. Northern Sunrise midfield, followed by Grey Revolution in touch. A further 3 to Charging Bull, and Sawanawa last of all on the point of the turn. And it's Sockeye who shows the way. The stablemate Kamaka in pursuit. They were followed by Northern Sunrise, the fence, and down the outside Sunshine Tafe, then Grey Revolution, Harry the Prince. It's Sunshine Tafe who hit the lead with a furlong to run. Sunshine Tafe exploded, has this all wrapped up in the run home, and goes on and wins easily. Sunshine Tafe defeats Kamaka. Good run. Better run by Northern Sunrise. They were followed in next of all by Sockeye, Grey Revolution. A big break then to Charging Bull, Sawanawa, Harry the Prince, and last to greet the judge was Allowed a Star. Sunshine Tafe, as easy as you like. Number 10 gives Peter Fernie the first 2 winners on today's card, but this looks a pretty good move, bringing this horse to the Goldfields today. At start number 5, breaks maiden status, and just really let down in devastating style. Sunshine Tafe, 105.44, the winning gallop for this 2-year-old. She's only a 2-year-old by All American from Miss Safari, owned by Geisel Park Stud Syndicate, also C. Shalwell, M. Banks, Andrew Ingalls, P. Sequira, Neil Pinner, A. Bagaya, and also G. Ralston, T. Nisbet and S. Lil. Number 10, Sunshine Tafe, justifies the short price and goes on and wins in good style. 5 runs second. That's Kamaka for Paul Tapper and Lisa Staples. It was a searching run up the home straight. Just needed to find clear air. Eventually did, and ran into second in good style. That was start number 6 for the Deepfield filly from Kamala Rose, owned by Nicky Jordan and Paul Tapper. Lisa Staples in the saddle for the minor placing. 1 gets third, Northern Sunrise. This was a better run for Ross Craig and Cassie Martinham by Squamosa from Quilla Sunrise, owned by Polly and Ross Craig. And 4 gets 4th, that's Sockeye, the pacemaker for Paul Tapper and Christy Bennett. So the numbers there, 10, 5, 1 and 4. But as easy as you like for Sunshine Tafe, taking out the Elevated Work Services Maiden. 3 lengths by a length, the margins, 105.44. They've ran home in 34.67 as Sunshine Tafe returns to scale. Race 3 is next. It is the Riley family handicap over the 1100 metres, a field of 8 to go over the short course. Your early favourite is number 3, Perori, at 185, ahead of Celestial Fox at $6. Tax Shaka $6.50. Here's Dreaming $7. $10 Born and Bred. Upward Others. Perori looking to make it 3 from 4 on the Goldfields in the next, and does look mighty hard to beat on paper. In the meantime, numbers after the running of race number 2, 10, 5, 1 and 4.